Okay, so I've been looking for a chance to tell the story of my almost disastrous first day in Japan, and I haven't had a good chance, and now I'm walking through a lovely park, so why not now? So, almost had disaster in Abu Dhabi. My flight from Manchester delayed 2 hours. Not the best thing you can hope for, but it happens. So we lived with that. Actually, I should probably see where I'm going. All right, now I'm hopefully not going to get lost. Let's continue. And excuse the different lighting here. It is late at night, obviously, but it's a lovely walk, so I'm fine with it. So, Abu Dhabi. Manchester flight delayed 2 hours. I had to practically run through security just to make sure I got there, which I did, and that was great. I just about got there. I had about 5 minutes rest, then they called us on for my flight. It was a nerve-wracking experience on the plane. Asked a few flight attendants what happens if things mess up. They didn't, so it was fine. Arrive in Tokyo. I'm looking for the place to get my SIM card. I didn't realise there's 2 different places you could collect it in the airport. I go for the wrong one first, of course, and that means I have to spend half an hour on the internet that's luckily provided by the airport, trying to find where to go to the right place. And eventually I find out it's the other end of the terminal. Why there's 2 in the same terminal, I don't know, but there was. So I then figured it out and got my SIM card. All good. Next step, train. Because of this delay, I then had to wait 44 minutes for the next train into central Tokyo, which I did do. And that was fine. I was still on course. So I landed at 1 p.m. and I had to reach the office to collect my keys by 6, which felt like it didn't even need considering. But I had half an hour to get my SIM card, half an hour to wait for the train. The train was an hour. By the time I arrive in Tokyo, it's looking like it's going to be pretty close, but a brisk walk will get there. Now, even if you don't know much about Japan, you probably heard that the trains are pretty damn fantastic. There is like public apologies when they are late. So I get on my train, of course that's going to be fine, but there was some kind of issue and it was delayed like 20-30 minutes. We just sat there. I was like, this is my first train in Japan and this happens when I've already had other delays. So I get to Shinjuku and I need to make it, and I have about 20 minutes to make it, and it's about 15 minutes away. So of course I walk 5 minutes in the wrong direction. When I realise this, I do panic a little bit. I look at the time. I think if I made it late, I would have been okay, as it turns out. But I don't want to be late, right? That's not courteous. So I decide, okay, I've got to get it here. If I don't make this, I'm going to have to get a hotel. And if I haven't said this, I've had an hour's sleep in the last 30 hours at this point. So my brain is done. I am done thinking. I just need to do things and be happy. So I go, okay, I've got my suitcase. I'm just going to run through Shinjuku with my massive suitcase and my bag. And this was already very strenuous, but I was like, got to make it. And I was like, okay, I've got to remember the rules. I've got to stop it. I can't jaywalk, etc. I've got to be, on point still. So I make it to the office with 2 minutes to spare. Of course, by now it's rush hour, which means the tube is extremely busy and probably not going to fit a suitcase. There goes the light, but I'm still here. That's fine. So here is where I make possibly the biggest mistake. I'm done thinking at this point. I'm thinking, okay, my brain just isn't working. I know that I can physically do things. I can't think. And at this point, I'm like, I don't want to figure out how to navigate the tube for the first time. I have to get a card, get a ticket, navigate the tube, which I have no idea how it works. So I think, okay, if I just stick on Google Maps and just direct me there and walk, I like walking, not normally with a suitcase, but I like walking. I think I'll get there eventually. Oh, and of course, this is also one of the hottest days in Japanese history. It is boiling. I come off the plane. This is like unheard of weather for me as a Brit. This is one of the hottest times I've probably ever felt in my life. And it's warm. I've got long jeans on. I'm not dressed for this, but I'm done thinking. Oh, there's a rat over there. Hello, rat. Hope you're having a good day. But yeah, I'm done thinking at this point. I just want to do the thing my body can do. And I just, okay. I can get there on foot. And it was a nice-ish walk. I like to see the places, but it wasn't great to have to push my suitcase all that way. And it was quite, oh, that looks pretty. Yep, very pretty. I decided I'm going to walk it. It is absolutely boiling. I'm sweating completely. Luckily, there's vending machines on the way, so I do have my first vending machine experience with a Dr. Pepper to refresh me. But it's still a very hard journey, but I do eventually make it. And when I do, I'm so warm. I don't like cold showers. I hate cold showers. I've never enjoyed one in my life. I got in, tried to figure out how the AC worked, because that was going to be important. And then that took enough brain power. I got in the shower, turned it on cold, and I just sat there for like 15 minutes. And oh my God, It was divine. I've never enjoyed a cold shower, but this was fantastic. Okay, I've now left the park, but this place is pretty cool. Don't know where I am. So that means I probably should get wrapped up with the story. Long story short, I got out of the shower and I was absolutely boiling still. And I was worried that I had heat stroke. I wasn't really sure what that was. I did use sunscreen, but I was like, I've never had this before. I looked at the symptoms, I was a bit worried. But it was just the case that it was actually just that warm and the AC hadn't started kicking in yet. Eventually it did, cooled down after like an hour, and I just went to sleep without eating. But that was almost really bad. I didn't want to go to the doctors on my first day, and that was because my mind was not fit for thinking. So I did manage to sleep okay. It was only from 9 to 7, which is 7:30 hours didn't feel like enough. But I made it, and you know, obviously I'm still fine right now. It's warm now, but it's not silly. So that was a pretty disastrous first day. I just about made it. There's my story. It's time for me to cross the road, so I'll see you next time.